what else can they use to really take advantage of this AA is the question. I really liked that combination together with the Tiny as well, right? Because
Dire team ban.
it's so much burst damage that you have, not just with the Avatos combo, you've also got the Ice Vortex for the increased magic damage. It's a very simple way to set up for an Ice Blast. Basically, anyone that you want in the game dies, and you've already got the Wraith King on your side anyway. So, the enemy team's not going to
10
be able to pick
seconds
a
remaining.
core that's able to withstand all of that. Maybe an Ursa if you get off the
5
Enrage before it
seconds
starts, but
remaining.
that's about it.
Do we want to see Omega still prioritize a defensive support? Because we were highlighting the toss factor against the Ancient Apparition in last game's draft and how important it is
Dire
to
team pick.
get that defensive hero into the midst of it and kind of disjoint the quick burst potential.
Yeah, but they don't have the same level of burst just yet, right? They've gotten rid of the Mars. Tiny's still in the pool, sure, but it's with a Wraith King this time, where you're not quite as worried about
10
that save
seconds
potential.
remaining.
So I feel like Tusk is always good. Always,
5
in my mind.
seconds
And it also,
remaining.
again, just gives you more setup to be able to land a guaranteed Ice Blast every single time, at least until you've got a 4-star on one of the heroes that's not being caught out. But punch into the air, very simple. And they're actually going to take the Storm Spirit kind of preemptively here on Omega's side. Am I thinking? Death Prophet into this? Not horrible.
10 seconds remaining.
Stampede's a bit annoying. I feel like you're going to have to then prioritize
seconds
like a
remaining.
Mars, but Mars is banned.
Oh, Puck. Let's go Puck. Oh, it's a lion.
Lion.
Yeah. Could we see the second Dark Willow, or third maybe, of the Pro Series? It's annoying as a Storm Spirit. It's annoying as a Centaur.
Dire
Gives you that little bit of
pick.
extra terrorize to guarantee the Ice Blast. They're gonna go Earth Spirit instead, though.
Okay, I don't mind that at all. I was thinking Earth Spirit or Rubik. I actually might have rather the Rubik just because the Centaur. We saw last time the Rubik against Centaur matchup.
Radiant
It felt like he
team
literally
pick.
stole Stampede 90% of the time.
As well, if you're opting to go for that Blink Dagger, right, you can often bait it out. You just get that quick cast ready, have your cursor over the hero. They're gonna go the Puck anyway.
Okay.
I mean, it's not bad, but you got to be on point with your positioning.
I couldn't really come up with any other mid laners that would have done the job they were needing for the Puck this game. Even though you're against the Lion, like it felt like they needed some lockdown and a lane they can even gank to.
Radiant team
Trying to think of other twos.
Not much.
Dire
It's not there.
ban. Radiant team pick.
Alright, well, we're looking for FBZ's hero in the off lane. No DK, no Mars, no Doom, no Tide. There's a lot of heroes banned.
Show is. What else have we got? Beastmaster set up onto a Storm Spirit isn't that bad. They don't have those defensive capabilities like we've been talking about. Now that you've got the Puck, you can't just Stampede away either. Gives you a little bit of extra push, especially around a Wraith King. He's going to make really good use out of the attack speed aura that you can get from the Inner Beast. They don't know the core that it's going into, though. That's my only concern. And as well, Snapfire might be able to go Scatterblast instead of the normal little Shredder build, just to be able to deal with the boars.
Do you value Underlord as a hero?
Against this, it's not bad, right? You've got a lot of good area control. It's a second thing that's going to be able to somewhat deal with the Stampede. Easy-ish lockdown for the Storm Spirit. That was my one big concern, is that, you've got an Earth Spirit for stuns. You shouldn't be getting hit by a Wraith King stun just yet. Darkseer was the other option, right? Because you've got... Already, there's a very easy way to get Dream Coils, and then you're just going to be able to increase the damage, or just snap it, right? You run to the wrong side, vacuum out of the Dream Coil.
You may now select.
Do you not just anti-mage here? I'm like, what's going on? This is quite the AM game. You are very susceptible early to getting ganked with a roaming Earth Spirit, with a Puck that can get active. And level 6, I think, on both the supports is really, really when we're going to see Tino feel under threat. But it does look like quite the decent AM game. Does it? I don't know. I feel like I've seen Wraith King win this matchup so often now with the Shard. Like, his timing is like... The Radiant's timing over AM is just way too superior.
It is way too superior, and you're going to be taking towers as well to be able to counter that. And at least they've got the Sam H Centaur. Boss looking set, by the way, on Sam H. Look at that. What even is that?
I don't know. My dude is balling out, though.
Lots of kill potential, lots of roaming. I don't know if this is an Ion Shell, sorry, an Ags game on FBZ as well. Don't know if you need it. You've already got a lot of HP on Dreamer Cell. I guess it's nice for Hyde. Makoto's not really going to make full use out of it. That's probably the one instance where like you don't want to be in the middle of a team fight, right? You want to be off to the side, zipping in and out with your spells. If you're in there with that Iron Shell trying to do the tick damage, then you're in a position for Shanks, who I would say he has to have been maybe only rivaled by Jokam, but the best performed Lion so far throughout the Pro Series. It just seems like he was hitting 3-4 man Earth spikes every single time.
Prepare for
I don't know how. Like, he was actually just balling out constantly on that line, it felt like. But we are finally on the way. We do have a game. Apologies as well. The overlay wasn't updated, so I had the lovely mods telling everyone about what the issues were going on if everyone just tuned in, but silly old me not keeping up. God damn. But yes, boom.
I mean, how often do you expect a game to be remade because of an issue where they want to play with a stand-in, so they forfeit that, and then they play with the same roster in game 2?
I don't know if I've seen that one before.
Maybe they really did value their draft. They're just like, yeah, no, we lost this one. But anyway, who knows?
Again, like we were saying, very important standing-wise. Boom, they've secured the upper bracket, but Omega... They still are fighting for a place in the upper bracket. So if they... Do they need to win?
They gotta win every game.
Yeah, they gotta win every game. Oh, there's contention. Then we could see head-to-heads, and head-to-heads, they should come out on top if they beat Galaxy Racer then. So, see how this is gonna end up faring. Probably not gonna be a contention with the bounties, with how all the heroes are set up at the moment. So, how are we feeling about this second game's draft here?
Is Shanks gonna pop off? That's my one point that I'm just looking into over and over again. I feel like if they're able to control this puck, they're gonna have a good time on Omega. But is Makoto gonna let it happen? That's the better question. No defensive supports. The team fight is great on Boom's side. I'll go with Boom.
Let's go, Boom. Am I in on Boom? Good question. Don't know.
Actually, I'm wrong. With Omega, they don't need to win every game. They can actually afford to drop this one. Not that they'd want to, but it doesn't matter if they win 1 or 2 series. Sorry. They either need to win 2 series, or it doesn't... 2 games of the next series against Galaxy Racer, or it doesn't matter. If they do that, then they would win the head-to-head against Galaxy Racer. So even though they would be on the same score, I bgoing that would put them ahead in terms of priority. Whereas, let's say they win this one and they go 1-1 in the next series, that's still going to have Galaxy Racer slightly ahead with 1 game victory superior. So they could afford to experiment with some stuff, but just win XD.
It's just easy as that. Just win XD. With the Twitch emote behind it.
I don't want to see any XDs in chat, by the way. I'm very disappointed.
Not a fan of the XDs?
No. 1 more XD and I'm just going to get up and leave.
We outie. Have you done a tier list for Twitch emotes?
I mean, Kappa has to be 1, right?
Dire's bottom tower is
Does
under
it?
attack.
The monk is
It's been lasting for quite a while. Yes, but it's newer. I take into account standing the test of time. But yes, Pepe, we were talking about the power of memes. I rated Doge #1. Pepe's up there. Pepe is a top 3. Honestly, it might even be 1. I'll be real. It's so versatile.
I'm telling you, CML top though, first blood. Back. Ooh, CML now Hive, they'll turn it. That is
Stunned
a
under the
cute
tower
play.
with that cookie.
Well, that's how you want to start this rematch off. Omega, loving that for them. Pick up first blood. See the other lanes right now. So the Puck Storm. Why were you feeling so much about the Puck this game? Because you did call it out as well, Mac. He's in trouble. Kick back, silence Mikoto. 2 points in the orb. And that is going to be enough damage to bring down the Storm Spirit. So they'll even up the kill count now with that rotation.
See, that's why. No, because you're going up against the Centaur, of course. It gives you a way to lock him in. With that Dream Coil, the Stampede's not going to be effective at all. They don't have the same level of disengage, especially if you're able to get in onto the anti-mage with that. Now, early on, he doesn't build too much in the form of stats, so you can look to burst him down with the... you got a decent amount of right click coming through from the Puck. Mikoto likes to build into the Witchblade, so it's a good amount of damage that you can put in onto that. And then as well, just the silence to follow up onto the Storm Spirit. It's always going to be nice. Again, very dependent on Shanks' positioning on this line.
This time, they will get CML. They may try the Life or the EpiZ. Some incredible blocks, and Tino's actually got to be careful. I love this early level vac from FBZ. The value level in it right now, 100 damage. Easy setup for the Earth Spirit roll as well. And it can also kind of help just keep that Iron Shell tick going for a little bit longer.
Yeah, for sure. And, you know, we see one of the favorite sons of Southeast Asia, Ice. He's a fan of going vacuum at level 1, just because you can guarantee that 100 damage that you get from it. It's much easier to secure the range creep, for example. There's that easy combination coming through again. Cold Feet into stun.
Oh, they blocked him with an Iron Branch. Oh my.
Oh, that's cheeky.
I was trying to look, I'm like, how is he not escaping? But what a branch play.
Let's see that on the front page of Reddit, huh? I'm still salty about that. Anything EU does, oh my god, it's the first time it's ever been done. No. No. Bland as hell.
Radiant are scanning. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
You're an EU hater, that's what you are.
Really? I just think...
No, I'm joking.
You saw what happened at the major, right? The arrogance came back to bite.
It's too soon. You'd hate. It would be so sad to see a performance like that in the major again.
Nope.
It'd be quiet for them. It'd just be a bit quiet.
I don't mind Secret doing well. I don't mind... Who else is ahead? Alliance doing well. It's just got to be teams ahead of T1 and Neon right now. That's what I want to do well.
Southeast Asia represent.
I think the most likely scenario is that we're going to have one Southeast Asia team in the top 12. Mac, let's be a little careful here. And then one's going to come through the regional qualifiers. So not the ideal scenario, of course. You want to have as many teams as possible, but I'd say that's the most likely. 2 teams from C and T. They actually catch up with that. Okay.
Use of the ward on the higher ground. Storm. Please stop. Silence. It's about to expire. Max actually looking at man fight with Shanks moving on over, but he's still going to be careful that he keeps enough mana to be able to get away. There's Mikoto still on the prowl. Orb on forward. He's got the Waning Rift as well, but will not dive deep under the tower.
Radiant structures are fortified.
A little surprising to me that they let themselves be caught in that position on Omega. They knew that the D-Ward had just happened. You would have seen that there wasn't an ice vortex up there, so they had to have an observer ward up. And yeah, they just stuck around. Cost them 1. Eventually they're going to get the D-Ward off. But costs them 1 life.
Top lane.
I suppose it was a trade.
Max got to zip in. They even got the Stampede just to help secure the kill with the Mana Void. Tino, that is a big kill to pick up here for the Anti-Mage. Any little extra bit of gold you can find towards that Battle Fury is incredibly important.
Oh, they found out CML as well. With this illusory orb, he's going to have to jump back into the tree. He's gone for a super deep roll in, but the safety of that tower makes Boom back off. You had to check in the chat lately?
Of which? Of a CML?
Twitch.
Oh no, why? What's going on?
All the XDs are coming out.
Oh god.
I'm farming chat for reactions. I'm making sure you're engaged. It was a plan all along. You've been baited. And they're actually going to be able to steal away this camp. So really nicely done. Good movement. Boom.
It's a fatty.
What surge is this?
We don't body shame here, Aries, alright? I know you were talking about Lion's flabby man titties, and it may have been a reference to me, but didn't like that one that much.
No.
Dream Coil's available.
I don't like CML too much either. This early aggression that is coming through from Boom mid is very, very exciting to watch. Hide it.
Oh. I'm safe. I'm on the high ground, boys.
This is... I mean, take a look at Radiant's lineup though. Like, the ways they can take towers is very lackluster. But you've got a Dreamer Cell Wraith King already with a Midas. So he's going to flash farm. He's second in net worth. The fact that your Mikoto Puck as well is incredibly farmed. 201, 71 last hits. He's got that Witchblade, and now they're thinking about making a smoke maneuver to the top side where they do see Mac farming under an Observe Ward. This might be a bit difficult, but they do have FBZ coming over.
Yep, gonna need it. Quickly incoming.
They can vac him out as well. It's actually just going to break instead.
Well, you can't be doing that, Mac.
They're playing a bit too fast right now for the Storm. He had an okay lane, but those rotations early, they took those stacks away like we saw, and it's really shutting down the Storm Spirit at the moment with how fast Boom are playing.
And you knew where they were going to be, right? Having taken away those stacks, you know, well, where is he going to be if he's not showing on in lane? Tino is posturing a little bit around Mikoto here, but still just gonna be constantly trying to harass out this anti-mage. He's farming under the tower for now. We're trying to bait out some TP rotations, which we get from the Storm Spirit. Will it cost FBZ his life?
Back, Sans. Scold feet. He's gonna run back in on Tino. Mana Void Makoto's not dead just yet. Stampede. Gonna still try and pursue on forward for the puck. Enough mana for Mac to claim that kill. That is a big one for the Storm to find. 345 gold to his name. Hyde's got level 6. Sans only clips Mac, not a long duration, and he's
Shanks
probably
has level 7.
scratching his head now after that.
I do like the 2 points in the mana drain as well. You take away a lot of the puck's effectiveness in these team fights. It hasn't yet got to the point where the Wraith King's joining in, but of course it's going to be good against him as well. But yeah, just doubling that amount of slow. Oh, actually, FBZ. Good timing as well. Oh, a rare miss coming through from Shanks there.
Drop on the wall too. Okay. Well, FBZ is going to be able to keep his life. He will have to go get a refill up of the resources. They're still looking to try and hunt Hyde. With this Iron Shell that is maxed out right now, we're definitely able to see the damage. Are you a fan of the Midas on the Wraith King? Because it's going to slow down that Radiance, and I thought like a faster Radiance timing before the AM coming online was really important, but it looks like they can feel they can win in the late game.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I think so. I think you're perfectly on point with that one. I'm actually super surprised at how low this mid-tier 1 tower's already gotten. Centaur has been caught out here. He ends up snapping the coil so he can have the Stampede to run away if he wants.
Sam H. I mean, already Hood Vanguard, so you see that tankiness of a Centaur coming into play very early on. And this is something that we've seen him do previously on the Centaur. Just be this bodyguard around mid, make it so difficult for them to put any pressure on.
Radiant are scanning.
No Dream Coil. You know Wall of Replica was used towards the top side, so smoke being used towards this bottom side of the map. He did use the Mortar of his Kisses,
Radiant
though.
structures
So
are fortified.
they're baiting a rotation to come through here. Nice use of the Static Remnant for a little bit of vision. Are they going to be able to cash out? It's just the AA.
Now look to jump. Storm's going to be careful if he gets crowd controlled right now. Cookie, a little bit of distance. Stampede's going to allow them to close the distance on a secondary support target. But Sam H has put himself in a very peculiar spot now, committing in forward. So it's a 2-for-1, losing your Centaur for both supports on Boom. But the AM is getting farm and is also pretty close to the Battle Fury. Has he got the Void Stone on the Courier? Nope. But you'd hate to get solo killed. Whoa.
Yeah. The lingering parts of that DD rune. Very nice movements coming through there. And the team letting Makoto know about it as well. With that Witchblade, of course, makes it so hard to be able to run away.
Has fallen.
I love how Makoto's playing around this line. You know, he trusts his abilities to be able to, you know, get away from any more obvious gank attempts. But when he had the DD just freshly popped, they'd, you know, made a turnaround from that team fight. He didn't go up onto these stairs just to the right of Kezcute here in the mid lane because he knew they were just hanging around there. He was right in assuming they had vision with this Observer Ward. So instead, goes for the easier target, tries to catch out the AM, and succeeds.
Who do you feel like is happy right now with the status quo of this game?
I would say Boom. You know, the Dreamer Cell hasn't been part of the fights just as much as the Anti-Mage. He's ahead by a good 1,400 gold. He's got the Midas, so he's going to scale faster. He's already like a level and a half ahead. And that's barely with any items. You know, he's getting close to that Radiance. And again, we keep talking about it. You know, you might have this Battle Fury at a pretty good timing on Tino, but what are you going to do with it? You're going to push out lanes. You're going to run the risk of being caught out again because you need to be in the lanes showing yourself. Meanwhile, the Wraith King's happy to just come along to these team fights, start pushing down these towers. He's level 12 now. Obviously not wanting to join just yet, but still, you could just do so much more on the map as this Wraith King. Even, like, you've got the Darkseer, right? You don't need movement enhancing spells. The Surge is going to be just enough.
Yeah, it's going to make it really difficult now for the supports to play these fights. Just Surge up Dreamer Cell, hunt the backline. You've already got an Earth Spirit to do that. A Puck can even fulfill that role. So you're really going to have to be on point with your positioning at the moment in this game here from Omega. But we are getting relatively close. Is actually Battle Fury completed for the Anti-Mage.
Yeah, Blast connects onto Shanks. He's going to stay behind the tower, but, I mean, he's at the bottom of all of the cores, but FBZ still having a pretty decent timing on this Ag Scepter. You know, he's only about 1,500 or so gold away. It's going to buff up the Puck, buff up the Wraith King, buff up the Earth Spirit. Doesn't matter. Probably the least likely to have it is that Wraith King. He's already beefy enough.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Relic complete.
I need some help for this mid defense here. They're pinging out Sam H. Now, he's not easy to bring down, but they're going to attempt. They missed the initial roll, and with that stun off the mark, try and turn their attention to the objective, but it's now Glyph forced out, so Tier 1 should fall nonetheless, and Centaur gets the deny. So, hey, more gold for the Anti-Mage.
Yeah, that's going to be nice for him. Finished up the power treads now as well. They're pinging out FBZ. They know that they can't continue to let him get closer and closer to this Aghanim Scepter. It's going to mean that the burst that Omega have will be much harder to be able to bring him down with that extra 300 health that the Iron Shell can provide.
Oh, they're going to show here soon. Tino.
The bait.
Careful. Oh, Shanks blinks in forward, but the backup is here. Coil drop now with the silence fall. Oh, savage! Earth Spike on 3. They've still got the vac control, but the Stampede now allows them to get a little bit of extra distance. Tino's actually going to try and blink on forward. Men avoid a mass amount of damage dealt with all the AoE. They've claimed the Darkseer kills, slowing down Tino as well. Blinks directly on top of the Earth Spirit, and Mac wants a little bit of revenge here. He's jumping on forward. He's got to be careful. Cookie stun off the mark, and Mac's going to get punished. Tino still blink up. If he's going to be able to guess correctly, he will not. Meanwhile, mid lane, Sam H. He's getting gone on a little bit, but it is just Kezcute and Dreamer Cell. All in all, might get another kill. Those Makoto should be able to deal with the support. Does. So a couple kills going a piece, but you keep Tino alive and you get that T1 tower down bot.
You get the tier 1 tower. With the Magnetize, Storm Spirit lived on about 20 HP. He still had a couple of bottle charges, so he felt confident enough to try and go back in for that all or nothing play, but unfortunately, just at night time, under that, under the tree line, Puck able to get away just in time, so it kind of felt like not necessarily an all or nothing play, but they know that the game is kind of slipping out of their hands a little bit here, with Anti-Mage again being forced to participate in that team fight without much presence at all. You know, he only has a Battle Fury and a Power Treads. Wraith King farming for almost all of it. He's got his Radiance, he's got a Quickening Charm, a Quicksilver Amulet now as well. Really great, one of the best items that a Wraith King could possibly ask for. He's ready to fight now. He's TPing into this mid lane. They catch Sam H.
Stampede is up if he needs it, but Cookie, that'll do the trick.
Puck's available though. I think they might just wait for the extra 20 gold that Mikoto needs to get that Blink Dagger. Actually TPing in already, nice and early.
Stupendous.
As a bit slow. he tried to go for the split second play where he bought it right towards the end of the TP, but didn't happen. Hopefully it doesn't cost him his life. Don't think it should cost him a kill just yet, but look at this wave of couriers coming out with the items for Boom. It's the Ride of the Valkyries right now. Most of them are just TP scrolls, but it's fine.
Dire's middle tower is
It still looks gone on the map.
Radiant's bottom
Even
tower
though
Pick up
there's
that Philosopher's Stone. Hello, Boom. Uh-oh.
Where is it?
It's just here.
Oh, there we go.
Hide. Oh. Nearly let that one go.
Radiant's
All right.
bottom
Can they get this
tower is
turnaround?
under
You
attack.
can't go onto the Wraith King.
Ice Blast has been used already as well. They're setting up on AM down bot with the blast. Maybe someone will TP. Sam H is
Getting
going to
rid of the creep
reveal.
wave, it's fine. Just 2 creeps. Go on. Value Ice Blast.
Now they're going to see the supports. Sam H blinking on 4, but the supports, they're really far away from the Guardian and the Centaur. Storm's going to get silenced as well. Ward drop, both supports gone and dusted. They got a buyback. Even Tino's going to look to get involved as well. Zip on in. They haven't found a target though from Omega. A really wonky way for them to start the fight. Finally, Mortimer Kiss has been instantly cancelled from Hyde. Finds his target, locks him with a zip. It's still going to cost him his life with how deep he tried to go for. Ice Blast, Sam H dodges it. The reincarnation slow almost was enough to get the connection, but it still allows Mikoto to claim the kill. Max almost out of mana as well, so he's got to be careful. Cookie getting back to safety. Such an awkward fight from Omega though.
Yeah. I mean, who do you go on? You know, they were only putting Dreamer Cell in there onto the front lines. Instant reaction as soon as those Mortimer's Kisses became available. Getting in onto the Snapfire was that Earth Spirit. Fantastic job coming through from Hyde. He gives up his life for it, but he wins the team fight. Man, I didn't realize he died 7 times already this game.
Haste.
That is, yeah.
Pound of smoke coming out here. No Dream Coil. No Reincarnation, most importantly. No Wall of Replica. Let's see what they can find. They don't have any vision in their own jungle, so they're going to be able to catch out Mr. Deadman himself, Hyde, but ends up just popping the smoke
Dire
instead.
are scanning.
How's Tino looking right now? Is that Manta completed? No. Oh yeah, it is. Okay, beautiful. Now at least take care of the little bit of control that Boom will have. The grip, the waning rift, gives him a little bit of extra survivability, which we're still not ready for the AM to really show up to these fights. We have seen Tino do it, but he's not online like someone like the Wraith King.
No. I mean, just look how far ahead the Wraith King is. It's nearly 3,000 at this point. He's farming up so quickly, using the vision as well provided by his team's Observer Wards. They should catch Shanks here. Not the ideal target, but they'll take it. Easy money. High jokes it away.
Oh, they find Storm. Ice Blast. Bop. Leash is about to expire. Mac. Zip away. Has he taken enough damage? Does not look like he has, although Hyde, if he can predict on the kick.
Radiant structures
Oh,
are fortified.
wait, what's going on mid? Mikoto, Dream Assault, BKB popped as well. That's your 9-second BKB for the Wraith King.
Also no Stampede now, though. so they can feel confident to take another
Radiant's
team fight,
bottom
perhaps.
tower is under attack.
Just wanting to continue putting the pressure around the enemy side of the map. Not letting the anti-mage farm exactly where he wants to. Just with that Manta style, it's something. They're going to be able to avoid getting silenced up by the Earth Spirit and the Puck, of course, but it just doesn't feel like it's going to be enough to swing the game in their
Dire's
favor just
bottom
yet.
tower is under attack.
And even going into that more right-click build. Little surprised, actually. I mean, you've got the spell amplification on the Puck, and then he's going
Dire's
into the
bottom
Desolator.
tower is under attack.
Kind of counterintuitive.
Was he just thinking they need a little bit more right-click scaling potential? I'm not sure. Because, I mean, you're against the anti-mage who's going to have a lot of magic resistance, so it's just kind of interesting that he's gone for the start of the build and is now thinking otherwise.
He's just playing for that level 28 timing, you know? Where he's got the phase shift attack.
That's a... Even get to see the Dream Core rapid fire.
It's a Galaxy Brain move, I'm telling you.
It is. Can't go wrong with a late game Puck, Dream Core rapid fire. This could be a scary prospect. Feel like it could get a bit of a buff.
Trying to go in onto Sam H here with the surge coming through.
Zip on the back line. Back. Finds KezQ. No Ice Blast for this fight. And while Sam H is not really the target you want to go on. Stampede, Pipe, Vanguard. He's so difficult to bring down. But Dire, they're on the opposite side of the map here. They're going to try and look to double back. If they've got a blink vision advantage, Shanks off the mark. Great use of the silence instantly, counteracting the lockdown that the Lion's going to be able to utilize for this fight. Max still BKB, zip on 4, but they've caught out the anti-mage Cookie. Little bit of space. He's still in trouble. Tino, Manta unable to get away. And now Sam H. Roll gets the clip. As Dreamer Cell's Wraith King is officially online and ready to go. We've seen they've been dodging a couple of these fights, but with the BKB, you now finally cannot kite the Wraith King.
He tried to go for that cheeky Manta style play, which would end up breaking the coil without him taking the damage. Wasn't able to land it just in time. It's so hard to do it in the middle of a team fight like that. I actually really enjoyed their... Storm. Be careful about going too deep. You've got those boots of travel available on Makoto. He's just constantly roaming around the map trying to pick people off. But they just ignored the Storm Spirit. You know, he was down on already like a quarter mana, and he's not the important target. You know, he's not going to have any more influence in that team fight. So they just took out everyone else, knowing that, you know, he's going to probably save enough mana to be able to get away. But game continuing to dip further in Boom's favor. 6k net worth lead. Just holding on to the Deso monies, Makoto, and he changes it up. Good. I don't like things that don't synergize, so he's going into the Lincolns instead. Makes total sense against the pot.
And even just another way, if you want to put like the Wraith King on the front line to siege, once you walk up high ground, it will just give you that extra little bit of defensive factor. 1 AK.
Alright. Don't ask me what's going on with people being at their computers or not this series. It's a bit of an odd one.
Dire, they're smoked up. Coming outside the base here. Let's see what they can find. Fortunately, smoke's going to be a little bit too late for them. So they're not going to be able to catch out anyone on Boom. They are in a good spot here to maybe drop some deep vision down around the triangle for a potential next Roche fight. Because still haven't seen the first one.
Yeah. Yeah. 26 minutes in.
Radiant's
Nothing up just yet. Makoto just using the advantage of having all of that maneuverability. Blink Dagger. Even the Grove Bow going to be super nice for amping up the damage from your Witchblade. Extra range, of course, to be able to land them from afar. It just feels like Boom's doing exactly whatever they want this game. And I don't know if it's because they have an understanding of where all the wards are, but I mean, look at where Boom are playing. They're just playing away from all of the Omega vision, so it's actually not providing them much of anything. They've already taken the top and mid towers, so they don't really need to be on this top side of the map.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
They're even actually going to zone them back here. Or at least force them to come back.
Why not? I think that's AC completed as well, the Wraith King, so just keep surging on forward.
They do have AM still not at that spike just yet. Sam H, roll in. Ice Blast as well. Centaur's gonna get popped here. Great use of the stun lock, and now they're gonna try and zip it. Mac with the BKB, they'll turn. Finger of Death brings down one. He's got a buyback, but Dream himself with the second life. So two with the first. Let's see if what they're able to have with the secondary one. Lincoln's already picked up very defensive wall too. But you will not kill this Dream Missile Wraith King a second time. As now they're trying to set up on top. Makoto's got coil.
Radiant's middle tower
Let's see if he
is
can
under
pop it with the Manta
Back him
this
out.
time. He's not even trying. Dream Assault. Wraith Fire
Fully
Blast
tried.
just after the counter spell. Manta not out. Big pick off. And let's see if they want to go into Roche now.
I think they have to. You know, they just used the buyback onto Hyde. They had to TP all the way back to this side of the map. They even missed the vacuum combination to try and break that one out. It was a nice, cute little attempt to juke that one out by Tino, but the damage is way too high.
Yep, in they go. Should be pretty free. Like, AM is 6,000 gold behind. I'm never seeing anti-mage win games. Like, it's just... We've seen it a couple times so far. Has it actually won a game through the group stages?
Don't think so. I'm glad it hasn't. I just think it's the biggest do-nothing hero that there is.
has fallen
And,
to the Radiant.
maybe against the
Radiant's middle tower
Medusa it
is
might be
under
okay,
attack.
but no, even her timings are way too fast. I don't like slow heroes, I don't like inactive heroes, and I don't like boring heroes. And any mage is a boring hero.
I feel like AM fulfills all those three things you just listed.
Yeah.
Set in stone.
And that's no bueno. That's not what you want to see.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, it's a pretty good game too. Like, it's not a horrible AM game at all. And the fact that he can't play Dota. Cannot play Dota at all. And honestly, like, Radiant have relatively good pick-off potentials. Hyde,
Radiant are scanning.
why
Idle
get
die, it'll leave
caught?
a dieback as well. So this is gonna be nice for him.
Little bit of gold for Tino.
Material play.
Even
333.
mana void, I'm not sure if that was needed.
Is under attack.
Tino, Makoto's got a coil. Will just cap the centaur with that.
I mean,
Stampede.
Stampede used within a Dream Coil. alright.
Yeah. Okay, well, it's time for Dire to try and shove out mid and try and shove out top, you know? Sam H is... They're just trying to make as much space as possible. So we'll see what Omega are going to be able to do with that space. You know, Outpost getting control from CML. How close to some items are we? Tino is about to have Scotty completed after the triangle area. Max almost got
It's
the...
nice. Yeah.
He's level 22.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
So what do we think? This is just like Storm, Ag Scepter. He's just got the Electric Vortex from being a level 20. He's also holding onto the Ceremonial Robe, so that's going to be
Radiant's
super
top
nice. So
tower is under
get
attack.
multiple targets vacuumed in
Dire's courier
into
has
a
been killed.
multi-man Earth Spike, Mana Void slash Mortimer's Kisses combination.
Dire's
that what we're
structures
thinking?
are fortified.
Yeah. 100%.
Just it's that simple,
Radiant
you know?
structures
Well,
That's all you need.
Tino is in trouble. Coil available, and that's just it. Tino's gone.
His illusions is just wrecking him as well.
Blink southern side. Yeah, they got the ice blast. It's daytime as well. You can't hide. He can't split push. He can't team fight. What do you do versus Boom? And Dream Assault doesn't even have the Aghanim shot. Like, he actually, like, he doesn't
He's
care.
never felt under pressure.
Yeah.
I mean, you just compare the laning stage that these two had. You know, an anti-mage, I'm never like, oh, they're going to win that lane. You know, oftentimes it's, oh, they've got an anti-mage, they can just pick an answer and they're going to lose that lane. But, you know, we talk about the strength, of course, of just the
Dire's bottom
cold
tower
feet
is under attack.
into the Red Fire Blast. But even just the regen, like Mortal Strike, being able to combine together with a
Dire's
Vampiric
bottom
Spirit
barracks has
for
fallen.
the
Dire's
lifesteal
bottom
in lane.
barracks
Like,
has
you have to buy regen as this anti-mage. You have to go a Ring of Health to make sure that you're staying healthy enough to hit creeps. With a Wraith King, you just have to hit creeps, and you can buy things like the Midas and the Radiance that are gonna, like, do the damage for you.
Yeah.
It's just, like, it's a top-tier
Dire's
carry right
middle
now.
tower is
And
under attack.
anti-mage is mid to low at
Radiant's
best.
top tower is under attack.
And it just continues to feel like we see relatively good AM games, but not good performances. Sam H. Try and force out some abilities. That's a great Vortex. Earthspike fall with the Mortimer Kisses. They'll do with the first life of the Wraith King. And now with the respawn coming through, it's a great start to the one-mo combo. But do they have anything left in the tank? Mana Void's out. There's the second life.
Top tower is under
got a
attack.
You've got
Blink, though.
Darkseer nearby. Vac wall. One's available. They'll drop the wall. Sam H blinking forward. He's committed now. But it looks like Radiant just going to try and get out of dodge here. But that is what you were looking for from Omega. Great Vortex into Earthspike. Mac is still hunting.
Gotta go.
There we go. Tino blinking forward. No Mana Void, but FBZ without any mana. Surge on cooldown as well. Great use of this reveal of the Aghanims here from Mac.
Yeah, that's exactly what you needed to happen. They take out 2 Wraith King lives, unfortunately not 3, putting him off the side of the map. He TPs away. He's nearly got his Swift Blink available. Didn't even need to use the BKB that time, Dreamcell, to be able to survive in the end. But, you know, that was a best case scenario from Boom. Sorry, against Boom. This tanky lineup.
Oh, Sam H. I don't know if Makoto's got damage.
Does the Ice Blast, though?
Bounty.
No. Nearly having that Ags, though, on the Centaur. That's going to be nice. He would withstand... I mean, he's always going to be in a position, though, to be getting silenced up by the puck. Getting vacuumed into a
Are
wall.
scanning.
I think it's going to be pretty rare that you can just easily get off that Stampede.
The damage reduction will be nice, at least. For anyone
Sure,
controlling.
but are you going to be able to cast it?
Yeah.
That's my question.
Back? Ooh, get me a heart attack.
What do you reckon Snapfire's buying? 1,700 gold. Glimmer Force already picked up. Very, very farmed for a plus 5. I mean, Scatterblast?
I actually don't know. I'm trying to think. They don't have a solar crest if you want to go late game solar.
It has to be Scatter, right? Like, it's going to give you some lockdown against Makoto, considering he's got the Lincoln Sphere.
Yeah, that is true. Also, the AoE factor is nice. I just don't know if he's actually going to be in the middle of the fight for CML. I feel like if he's anywhere near Scatter Blast range, then you might not be in the position you want to be.
Yeah, I suppose.
Although, like, yeah, what could he go instead, though?
We're splitting hairs at this point, just trying to find a way for them to
Yeah.
come back into this. AM is continuing to farm up. He's had to switch up and go into the BKB, actually, instead of the Skadi, just because of how often he was getting caught out.
Oh, Radiant, that
Walking
ward.
underneath an observer. Oh yeah, they find the Lion. They're gonna try and continue using the Stampede just to try and
Oh, he
protect him.
runs to the anti-mage. BKB popped. Can he still blink away afterwards? The control through BKB is not there. But they're still hunting. Ice Blast is on him. Makoto will catch him. Why are you running to your anti-mage? Just run the opposite way.
Yeah, a bit of panic coming through there, and even with the Ag Shard purchased up by the AM, the reduced cooldown on the Blink wasn't enough to get him away in time. So, you know, the rich get richer, the unfarmed stay useless, and, well, Super Creep's going to continue to push in. Dreamcell's going to make their life even easier. Actually getting the Reincarnation cast Wraithfire Blast. I suppose that's going to be nice if he, for whatever reason, dies to this Anti-Mage or the Storm Spirit.
Middle barracks are under attack.
Quickly get it turned around onto them. He's got his action, so he should be
Nice
okay.
Vortex Silence. Trying to pop the first life of Dreamcell, but that is now BKB used from Mac.
Dire's middle
2 full
barracks
sets of
has
racks.
fallen.
And they're going to go up top as well. AM, no buyback for 30 seconds.
Dire's top
See how long they're
tower is
able to
under
delay
attack.
this for.
Dire's structures are
They
fortified.
do have to get rid of the bottom creeps, which is a glyph used out here. Radiant just pushed so fast. There's a couple illusions. Dreamcell level 25. They're even just going to lay down the Mortimer Kisses. That burst
One life.
is enough. AM's up in a couple seconds as well. Can they chainlock him down? Nice attempt from Shanks. very, very close to that Earth Spike timing.
You gotta go. They're just gonna TP on out. It's a little too slow, again, from Omega. And they've just got one naked set of racks available. Unfortunately, Mac just a little short on his zip there. Probably should be expecting that the Wraith Kings are gonna blink away. He's had it for a while, and now he's even queuing up the Rapier.
Dire's top barracks are under attack.
Not sure they need it.
It's like,
Hang on, just
no.
now. Finished by the puck.
Like, I don't want to
Didn't
give
go
them
the
an
rapid
opportunity.
Dire's top barracks are under
The puck?
attack.
God
No
damn it.
rapid fire.
Shake
Sad.
my head. Like, why not? Come on, man. It is kind of booty.
You gotta go the right-click build, and he has not. He has gone the control build, and done a fantastic job at it as well.
Maybe again. Ooh.
Having to use all of your mana just to run. I haven't actually tested it with a Stormcrafter. I wonder if you can break the coil with that, just like how you can with Yules. If you don't go.
Well, last set of racks, the ranged. Sam H falling low, Stampede's available, the Sun's gonna be there, Tino jump on top of the backline. FBZ is losing an immense amount of mana, but they do want to drop the ultimate for the anti-mage. BKB pop with the coil. They'll deal with the Storm
Where's the
Spirit.
Centaur ulti?
He does not have a buyback, and they're not even going to use the Stampede for the damage reduction. So no Mac for this. We saw how valuable that AoE Vortex was. Makoto blink back, sets up for Dreamer Soul. All they needed was the vision. This time he'll use the Stampede, but it's just for a measly support. They'll try and blink in. There's no damage right now for Tino and no stuns to control them. Still range rack standing, but Dreamer Soul puts the suit on, goes to work, and gets the Mega Creeps. Now blink on forward. BKB on Kuden. Might be able to get the Manta up, but they get the Ice Path blast through. AM control brought down. No buyback, and they've got to call it. Omega. They'll lose this series 2-0. We did see a bit of unfortunate connection issues in game 1, resulting in a forfeit, but game 2 was all boom.
Was all boom, and boom, they're going to be happy with that. You know, a 2-0 victory now puts them, where does it put them? 11-3, I believe. When that is slightly ahead of Neon, actually. Yeah, very nice. Equal with Motivate right now. So they're going to be tying up those top 2 spots. And, well, what we've got to come now is the battle for 4th place. Can Omega Esports 2-0 Galaxy Racer? If they do, they will snatch away that upper bracket spot. Any other result, 2-0 to Galaxy Racer or a 1-1 draw, Galaxy Racer are going to be your 4th upper bracket team. They're looking strong, Galaxy, and Omega not super connected in that game, both in terms of actually being connected, as well as their teammate. And yeah, I'm feeling Galaxy, but we'll have to wait and see.
It will be 20 minutes break, I believe, in between this series, and like we were saying, it's going to be the last one for the group stages, so it'll be able to finalize how the playoffs are looking. Just those 2 slots dependent right now, but overall, boom, a beautiful masterclass performance from them. Just honestly, very, very clean Dota as well. The lanes kind of back and forth, but we just saw how aggressive Boom were able to play with this timing. And again, it's another anti-mage game that is unable to feel very impactful at all. And that means that Boom, they're going to be able to take the series 2-0, heading into the playoffs with some momentum. But our last and final series of the groups, it'll be Galaxy Racer versus Omega Esports. We'll see you guys back here in 20 minutes.